When the Sacramento Observer was founded by John Cole, Geno Gladden, and William Lee in November 1962, it was not unlike many other black newspapers that were launched during the civil rights movement of the 1960s. However, within its first decade in existence, the Observer began to take on the characteristics of the Lee family, who, by this time, had taken sole ownership of the publication. Between 1973 and 1981, the Observer would be named the nation's best black newspaper 5 times. This would mark one of the most impressive runs of excellence in the history of the black press. During this period, Dr. Lee, the principal architect of the publication's fantastic development and growth, would emerge as a leader in black media. He was regarded as an innovative publisher with a persuasive voice in advocating for corporate investment with black newspapers, nearly half a century before terms like diversity, equity, and inclusion would become popular.
It's almost a shame that we have to do this to get advertising. It really seems to me that the market itself would bear enough economic returns to those advertisers so that this type of thing should not take place.
William and Catherine would not only raise a business, but also a family during this time. All 3 sons, Roddy, Bill Jr., and Larry, would work in the family business, along with dozens of other family members. It would be Larry who would be called to be the Lee's successor, as he worked alongside his parents for nearly 20 years before they passed away. Then, COVID exploded in 2020. During the pandemic, more than 300 newspapers went out of business and 6,000 journalists lost their jobs. But Larry would not allow the Observer to be counted out. Under his leadership, the Observer more than doubled its revenue, tripled its staff, and ascended to the top of the journalism world in 2023 by once again being named the nation's best black newspaper. The key to this success was Lee's bold vision to transform the Observer into a digital-first newsroom with world-class print products. This transformation would include a complete redesign of the weekly newspaper, as well as the website sacobserver.com, where the Observer grew its digital presence exponentially. The e-newsletter would go from weekly distribution to daily, and the Observer would expand its video news offerings and digital advertising solutions. But the Observer's transformation is not complete. The Observer has in its possession millions of images, stories, and artifacts that are crucial to telling the history of Sacramento's black community. Lee and regional partners will be working to digitize the Observer archives, creating a comprehensive documentary of the contemporary black experience of Northern California. The Observer is also in the process of securing a new home, a location they hope will serve as a community gathering place to host speakers, forums, and other community events focused on the issues, organizations, and individuals that impact Sacramento's black community. Whether in its past, present, or future, the Observer is committed to serve Sacramento's black community with excellence.